Disclaimer: this journal reflects my personal trading activity and operator reflections. It is not financial advice. Episode 9: There is more than one way to gain crypto exposure. Today's learning brought me to an interesting realization about how I personally prefer to approach the digital asset space. Over the past several weeks, I've been exploring the infrastructure around cryptocurrency, exchanges, custody, wallets, and how transactions move across different platforms. I tested funding rails. I explored how assets move between exchanges and wallets. And I spent time understanding how these networks actually function behind the scenes. But through that process, something became clearer to me. While direct ownership of cryptocurrency is certainly one way to participate in the digital asset economy, it may not necessarily be the only way. As someone who primarily operates within traditional markets, trading equities, and working inside structured brokerage platforms, I naturally tend to think in terms of companies, balance sheets, and overall market structure. So instead of approaching digital assets only from the perspective of owning the token itself, I started looking at the companies that are connected to this ecosystem. For example, companies like MicroStrategy Inc. have accumulated large amounts of Bitcoin on their balance sheets, allowing investors to gain indirect exposure to the digital asset market through traditional equities. In that sense, participating in the digital asset economy does not always require managing private wallets or navigating multiple crypto platforms. It can also happen through the equity market by investing in companies that sit within the digital asset infrastructure. For someone like me, this approach feels more aligned with the framework I already operate within. It allows me to remain inside the structure of regulated markets, traditional brokerage accounts, and the portfolio systems I'm already familiar with. And more importantly, it reinforced a principle that has guided most of my investing decisions over time. Before allocating capital, it's important to understand the structure of the system you're participating in. Today's exploration wasn't about making a final investment decision. It was about expanding my understanding of how the digital asset ecosystem connects with the broader financial markets. It's important to understand that there is more than one way to gain exposure to a new asset class. Direct ownership is one path, but participating through companies that hold significant positions in Bitcoin is another way investors can gain indirect exposure to the digital asset market. And sometimes simply recognizing that multiple pathways exist is itself part of the learning process. Because before capital moves, understanding must come first. And in every market, knowledge should come before allocation.